Good day, everyone. I welcome you to another episode of Simplified Chemistry with Gido Academy. And in this particular video, we're talking about calculation on mass, atom, and moles. I repeat, calculation on mass, atoms, and moles. There are some things you are expected to know as a student. A lot of questions will always come out from this angle in your exam. They might ask you to calculate the quantity of mass in an atom or in a molecule, the number of atoms that is present in a molecule, or they can even ask you how many moles are there in a particular gram of a molecule. So this particular video, we are going to explain all of that. The first thing that comes to your mind is an atom is a basic unit of matter, or we always say an atom is the smallest particle of an element which has a capacity to take part in a chemical reaction. Then what about mass? Mass is the amount of matter in an atom. The amount of matter in an atom. While a mole is a unit used to count a specific quantity of atom. We always say 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23, which is also known as our Avogadro constant. If you have a question like this, what is the mass of 3.0 mole of oxygen? What is the mass of 3.0 mole of oxygen? The first thing that will come to your mind is, let's say, solution here. The question 1 says, what is the mass of 3.0 mole of oxygen? So, oxygen is equals to 16 times 2. I'm talking about the relative molecular mass. 16 times 2, that will be what? 32. Then, times the number of mole, times 3.0. So, 1 mole of oxygen is equals to 32. Then, 3 moles of oxygen will be equals to 32 times 3. So, we have 32 times 3, we have what? 96 gram. That will be our answer. As easy as that. What about if you have to calculate the mass or, yes, the mass of 0.1 mole of hydrogen gas? Let's say if H2 is equal to 1 times 2, which is equal to 2 gram. Yes, 2 gram. Then from here, if you have something like this, calculate the mass of 0.1 mole of hydrogen gas. How many mole are we calculating? 0.1. It's just for you to multiply your answer. Okay, 2.0 gram times what? 0.1. So 0.1 times 2. The answer we have there is 0.2 what? Gram. So if you are calculating in mass, the first thing is, what is the molar mass times 3.0. Some person, if they want to solve a question like this, they will solve it in this format. Let me show you something about this oxygen again. Oxygen is equals to 16 times 2, which is equals to what? 32 gram. Therefore, 1 mole is equals to 32 gram. Then S mole is equals to sorry, how many mole we are calculating for? 3 mole. 3 mole is equals to S. Then if you cross multiply, S times 1 is equals to 3 times 32, which is going to give us what? 96. You can try to solve it this format, but our major goal is to solve it accurately, to get your answer correctly, and to be able to solve in a lesser time compared to you doing this long method. So the first thing is, get the molar mass, multiply the molar mass times the number of moles. So the formula will remain the relative molecular mass of the compound times the number of moles present. Calculation on atom. How many atoms are there in 6 grams of carbon? So what you always do is, given mass, that's the formula, all over the molar mass times Avogadro constant. So what is the given mass here? 6 grams. What is the molar mass of carbon? Carbon is 12 times 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23. So if you cancel this, you are left with 1 all over 2. So which is 6.02 times 10 raised to the power, exponential 23 divided by 2. Our answer is 3.01 times 10 raised to the power 23. Then after having this, if you want to solve for how many atoms are there in 2 grams of hydrogen, so grams of hydrogen, what is the given mass? 2. What is the molar mass of hydrogen? 2. 2 will cancel 2, then you are left with what? 6.02 times 10 raised to the power of what? Of 23. What if you are given a question like this? How many moles are there in 20 grams of CaCO3? The first thing that will come to your mind is, what is the relative molecular mass of CaCO3? Is calcium plus carbon plus 3 oxygen. That will be calcium is 40 plus 12 plus 48 is going to give us what? 100. So therefore, we are calculating the number of moles. So we say 1 mole is equals to how many CO3 is what? 100 grams of CaCO3. Therefore, S mole how many moles are there in 20 grams of CO3? So S mole is equals to what? 20 grams of CaCO3. Because 1 mole is this, then how many moles will now give us this? So just for you to cross multiply, then you say S times 100 is equals to 20 times 1. Then S is equals to 20 all over 100. So we have this 2 divided by 10. We have 0.2 moles. Then if you do the same thing for oxygen, oxygen is already 16. So you say 1 mole of oxygen, 1 mole of oxygen is equal to 16 grams. Therefore, yes, is equal to 16 grams. Then S mole is equal to what? 10 grams. Then if you cross multiply, you have S is equal to 10 all over 16. So if you punch your calculator, 10 divided by 16, our answer is 0.63. 0.63 what? Moles. So that's how you usually calculate for mass, for atoms, and for mole. For mass is usually the relative molecular mass times the number of mole that is given. For atoms is the given mass all over molar mass times Avogadro's constant. While for the number of mole, what you use is, if S mole is equal to this, then this 20, if S gram rather is equal to this, then 20 gram will be equal to what? So that's how you do your calculation. If you have any question based on what I've explained so far, what are you waiting for? Drop that in my comment section. I will be there to answer all your questions. And if you like what I do, smash the subscription button, like the video, share to your friends and loved ones, those who are finding chemistry difficult. Our goal simply remains simplifying chemistry with Gido Academy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. But for now, goodbye.